experience design can be much more than product. It can play a role on a strategic business level too. And two members of the jury actually represent global corporations that pursue design on a strategic level. Christine Rossa, who is leading UX projects and insights at Bosch, a global industry leader, and Judith Peeten, who is design director at Philips, a global leader in healthcare products. So we invited them for a short talk to share about some insights about design that plays a key role in large organizations. So welcome, Christine and Judith. Are you there?
Yes, we are here.
Okay, great. Christine, I have a first question to you. So user experience has gained importance at Bosch with a dedicated unit, as far as I know, right, in the central company division. Can you tell us why did UX become important in a corporation that is originally known as a champion of engineering and the supplying industry?
So I think I can. So what we first of all have to consider is that Bosch has been active in markets such as home appliances and power tools, which are very close to end users, where UX has played a role for a while. So there was a positive influence from those units. And the second thing is that in traditional engineering business, such as mobility, we are, first of all, changing the way we work with our customers. So it gets more towards developing solutions together. And if you develop solutions together with your customer, it's important to kind of have a holistic understanding of the market, the end users, and the customers themselves. So UX and design, a UX and design mindset really helps to convince our customers that Bosch can provide additional value, also towards new customers we haven't been working with before.
Right, and how do you incorporate UX in company activities? Is it possible to say in a few words?
So the first answer is what you would expect from a large engineering company such as Bosch. Of course, we include it in our processes. So there are really a process criteria, especially for innovation projects, where you have to just kind of apply UX and design thinking methods to jump from gate to gate and to really get it going. And the second thing I would like to mention is that we try to provide with the central unit we have the means and the knowledge to the organization so that they are actually able to apply UX and design thinking. So we train them, we provide coaching, and we also provide project support. We have design and UX competence that can really help them to set up and to implement projects.
Right, super. So that's both a methodical process approach and a transformation and an investment in people development approach. Judith, yeah. I have a question to you. So not long ago, there has been some research into the changing role of design at Philips, as far as I know. And the global design department, as a consequence, even changed its name to Philips Experience Design. So can you tell us a little bit what triggered this shift? And how would you describe the new design DNA at Philips, if I may call it so?
Thank you, Ake. I think the word in itself already says it. It's about experience. And I think the experience, it's also showing the transition we have been in the past months, even years, and going through from where we started from design, which was about how it looks, so what the outside is. But it's very much more, and we distinguish currently also many different tasks, from understanding the user, looking more at the context of use, but also looking at the solutions around that user. What else is happening in a healthcare room? You saw examples already, and that means you need to dive into depth of that context of use, understanding what's happening, and most important is also understanding the type of data that is being gathered in these situations. So understanding what kind of information is there and what can you do with that information to help the user and to create meaningful experiences. And of course, that's not what you only do as a designer on your own. You have many different stakeholders and partners where you need to collaborate with to come to these meaningful solutions. But it's really about putting the customer first and really focus on the customer and really finding that value by looking at all the different disciplines and all the information that you need to gather.
Right, so this is about creating a holistic perspective, which is much going beyond a product or a service. And I like this very much. And it connects to what Christine has said about working together with partners and clients, because you rely on the knowledge. And of course, you need to find ways to work together with them. And that's probably the trick, right?
Yeah, and you need to understand each other. You need to learn how to work with each other. And you also saw in some of the examples where indeed development organizations are working together with the designers. And that's what you need to bring experiences to life. So you need to work together. You need to understand each other. And even understanding each other, that takes some time. And I think it's, as a designer, you often have a large view and you bring all these parties together to bring it to the next step. But yeah, you need to invest some time also in understanding people, actually, and the people you work with, to be able to create such an experience.
Right, so I think this is not only about a shift of perspectives, but also like a shift in organizations and culture. And Christine, I wonder whether you track this shift somehow inside a company and whether you measure the impact, if that's possible?
So we try to. We are definitely not there yet, but on organizational level, what we have done is to develop a maturity level model for kind of measuring the maturity of a business unit in terms of UX and design. So we provide really measurable criteria on strategy, people, places, and the mindset level. For example, the number of designers and user experience specialists that really need to be there to implement user-friendly products. So on organizational level, I think we are pretty good. What is hard, and I think everyone who has ever done a project in a UX approach knows that, is to measure success on a project level, because so many competences need to come together to develop a successful project. What we try to do is get together with everyone involved and define success criteria from the start. So, for example, if we try to improve the interaction in a hardware development tool, we come up with something like everyone who's working with that tool needs to be able to do their jobs 20% quicker due to the optimized interaction flow, or we need to save a particular amount of money, or we try to come up with things like how fast are we in actually being able to kind of provide a perspective on will a solution be accepted or not. So how much user research, for example, do we have to do until we can really support that decision also on a business level. But it's hard on project level, definitely.
Thank you. Yes, I guess that must be so, because it's not a measurable impact that design can bring, and this is also why we always struggle to show the added value of design, which we might feel, we might see, but it's also very personal sometimes and individual. So it's difficult to press into an Excel table. Judith, what about Philips? Do you measure positive outcomes and maybe the effect on company activities in design?
Yes, also same also as what Christine is saying, step by step, you start to measure indeed the outcomes. And of course, we are testing solutions before they go on the market multiple times, even from a concept phase to even the final product. And also there you already get a good result from your end users. But of course, you want to measure, you want to get it from the data. And that's, of course, also step by step, more and more data can be gathered But that also means you need to bring these solutions, these products together, so they listen to each other, and that you're also able to get that information on the table to measure. But indeed, it starts with building maturity models, gathering the data, understanding the data, and also start to be able to measure that data. But step by step, and I think all companies are moving in that direction, but it takes some time to really get up to the level of measuring user experience and really get it out of the system to be able to bring that forward.
So both of you, Christine and Judith, thank you so much for your insights and inputs, and above all for participating in the jury. We will keep a keen eye on the expanding role of design in corporate UX level, because we feel this is a growing and influential topic.